Next up is a special report on a disorder that affects millions across the country. So my question to you is, what do Sir Isaac Newton, Leonardo da Vinci, Theodore Roosevelt, and a college student all have in common? The answer is that they all suffer from epilepsy. Epilepsy is a disorder that has been discussed for nearly 4,000 years. And in the colonial times, epileptics were considered demonically possessed, insane, or to be witches. During the Salem witch trials, many who were burned were actually just epileptics. Epilepsy has been around for centuries, affecting millions, and today we will talk to one of the affected and her mother, Jennifer and Sarah Walters. Welcome, and thank you for meeting with me today to talk about epilepsy. My first question to you is, what were your symptoms/signs of epilepsy?
Well, the first sign I noticed in my later years, because I wasn't aware of anything when I was younger, was that I was missing time in school via staring spells, followed by bitten tongues in my sleep and my lip cut open and some bedwetting and like really, really strong headaches. That clued me into that I was having seizures again.
So I know there's many types of epilepsy, so what is your specific type?
My epilepsy is idiopathic myoclonic absence epilepsy, which means I have generalized seizures all over my brain that are recurrent and cause muscle spasms and staring spells.
So by all over your brain, what do you mean?
I mean it's in half or more of my brain at any one point. It's not in just one specific portion of your brain.
What's the difference in your type versus tonic-clonic?
Tonic-clonic seizures are the more memorable, as I put it, because they are the body convulsions and the foaming at the mouth that people typically think of when you say seizure, whereas mine are the body shakes and staring off into space.
How has epilepsy affected your life?
It's affected my life in ways as in I have to take medicine at the same time every night, make sure I get enough sleep, eat good food, things like that. But I think the most major adjustment is the short-term memory loss. I've had to learn to set alarms on my phone and put post-it notes in my locker and in my mirror and everywhere just so I'd remember to do certain things. And then the only other thing was my headaches that can range anywhere from like really nothing to full-blown migraines that are completely debilitating.
So how has epilepsy affected the family?
That's a great question. As far as affecting the family, what I usually say is we just had to make an adjustment, and we had to find out what our new normal was as a family. Basically, we just have to make sure that we always have health insurance available so that we can be around good hospitals and access to medications for Sarah. On top of that, we just make sure that any kind of extracurricular activity she plays in, she's not playing in a sport where she could hurt herself or hit her head. Simple things like even a trip to Six Flags we have to be careful of. And then of course with her going off to college this year to the University of Alabama, we wanted to make sure that she had full facilities available to her at the university for care.
Who is most likely to be impacted by the disorder?
It's really funny, the doctor that originally diagnosed Sarah said that the most unpredictable or the most predictable thing about epilepsy is how unpredictable it is. It does not discriminate. It doesn't know if you're a male or female, if you are tall or short. It doesn't know if you're fat or thin. It doesn't even know what race you are or religion. It affects everyone. Everyone of all ages. Everyone from a baby in the womb all the way up to a person dying on their deathbed can be affected by seizures.
What is some of the testing to be diagnosed with epilepsy?
There's really only one test, which is the EEG, as you can see. They attach electrodes to your head and measure the impulses that your neurons give off, and then they can see where a seizure happens because the activity increases and it's misfiring and it's not in a normal rhythm, kind of like they can EKG your heart, but it's with your brain.
What is some of the treatment for epilepsy?
Well, treatments would stem from, of course, medications. Sarah takes Keppra XR, all the way to even brain surgery. Sometimes you can alter someone's diet, and that would also help eliminate some, or not eliminate, but decrease seizure activity.
So how does someone learn more information about epilepsy?
There are multiple websites. The Mayo Clinic is a great one for generalized information. The Epilepsy Foundation goes into great detail. You can also visit your local neurologist, and I'm sure they'd be glad to give you some information. They have pamphlets in there. Then there's also the social media. There's a Facebook group for November, which is Epilepsy Awareness Month. And then there's also purpleday.org, which is March 26th. You wear purple for all of those who have epilepsy around the world.
All right, thank you for joining me today and sharing your story.
Thank you very much.